Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty fundamental, but maybe overlooked. Stainless steel sheets.
That's right. It's everywhere.
Exactly. And we've got this really comprehensive outlook report, our mission, to unpack it for you, cut through the numbers, show you the key trends shaping this whole industry globally. Basically give you a shortcut to being really clued in.
Yeah, and it's important because, well, think about it. Your kitchen appliances, cars, buildings, stainless steel is pervasive. And the scale of the industry behind it, it's huge.
Right.
We're not just talking dry statistics here. This connects directly to global manufacturing, economic health, and we're about to see some pretty significant growth figures hinting at where industrial development is really taking off.
Okay, great setup. So let's start with that global overview then, the big picture first.
Let's do it.
Because the scale here and the steady growth, it's actually quite eye-opening. So, okay, let's dive into the specifics. Back in 2021, the global market, it was already over $101 billion.
A massive starting point.
Yeah. And looking ahead, the report projects it jumps to over $127 billion by 2025.
Okay.
And then, get this, by 2033, it's expected to hit a staggering $201 billion.
Wow, nearly doubling in about a decade.
Exactly. And what really stands out is that consistent growth rate, the CAGR, compound annual growth rate. It's pegged at 5.9%. So what's so fascinating about seeing that stable, almost predictable, 5.9% globally year after year?
Well, what's fascinating isn't just the number itself, 5.9%. It's what it signals, right?
Okay.
It signals this quiet but really powerful undercurrent. It's not some fleeting trend. It suggests a deeply embedded and expanding demand across pretty much every industrial sector you can think of.
Right. Construction, automotive, consumer goods.
Precisely. And maybe we're seeing more regional manufacturing hubs popping up, more infrastructure investment, plus just a general consumer appetite for durable goods worldwide. All that feeds directly into stainless steel demand.
So it kind of underpins broader economic confidence.
I think that's a good way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
It really does.
That's a powerful point about the global scene. But, the real story often gets clearer when we peel back the layers. Look at the regions.
Definitely. The nuances are regional.
Okay, so let's transition now. Let's do that regional breakdown, starting with North America.
Sure.
Now, North America's market is, it's substantial, around $36.5 billion in 2021.
Big chunk.
And it's projected to grow significantly. We're talking over $70 billion by 2033, which maintains a pretty solid average growth, nearly 5.7% CAGR.
Right. Still very healthy growth for a mature market.
Within this picture, though, the U.S. clearly dominates, right? Are there any surprising movers in the region?
You're absolutely right. The United States is, the powerhouse, no question. It accounts for the vast majority of that market value. Projected to hit over $54 billion itself by 2033.
Okay.
Canada also shows, healthy expansion. It's expected to more than double its market value by 2033 as well.
Right.
But, and here's where it gets really interesting, Mexico.
Okay. What's happening there?
It's set to nearly triple its market size from 2021 to 2033.
Triple. Wow.
Yeah. It boasts one of the fastest growth rates in the entire region. We're talking close to 8.9% CAGR.
That's huge. What's driving that?
Well, this isn't just, general growth. It feels like a very clear indicator of that nearshoring trend we hear about.
Right. Manufacturing moving closer.
Exactly. More manufacturing, especially automotive, electronics maybe, setting up closer to the U.S. market. And that directly fuels demand for materials like stainless steel sheets. It's a direct link.
That nearshoring insight from Mexico, that's a fantastic takeaway. Really concrete. Okay, so moving across the Atlantic now, how does Europe stack up against this?
Europe is another mature market, definitely, but still showing steady growth. It was valued at over $30 billion back in 2021.
Okay.
And the projection takes it to nearly $58.2 billion by 2033.
And the overall growth rate there?
The CGR for Europe overall is about 5.6%, so quite similar to North America in terms of pace.
Okay. And within Europe, we see strong contributions from the big players, right? UK, Germany, France. They're all showing consistent growth. Looks like well above 5% for most.
That's right. Those traditional manufacturing hubs are performing well.
But what accounts for the range in growth rates we see? Like Sweden's at 3.8%, but the UK is over 6.3%. Is it specific industries driving things more aggressively in some places?
That's a crucial question. And yeah, there's definitely variation. The report shows, like you said, the UK and Germany are strong. The UK is actually slightly outpacing Germany in percentage growth terms.
Interesting.
But the really fascinating detail, for me anyway, is the rest of Europe category.
Okay. What about?
This covers, numerous smaller nations grouped together, that collective segment. It's showing an incredibly strong growth rate, nearly 7.9% CAGR.
Wow, higher than the big economies.
Exactly. It's projected to reach over $5 billion by 2033. This suggests maybe a broader industrialization push, new infrastructure projects emerging beyond those traditional major economies.
So sort of a quiet, broad-based strengthening across the continent?
Yeah, I think so. It's contributing significantly to Europe's overall resilience in this market.
Okay, that's really interesting. So from the established markets of Europe, let's shift our gaze now. Asia Pacific, the undeniable engine of global manufacturing, right?
Absolutely. You can't talk global markets without focusing heavily on Asia Pacific.
And this region,
Right.
it's already the largest in stainless steel sheets, and it's expected to nearly double its value by 2033. We're looking at over $46.7 billion.
Huge numbers.
What's driving such massive expansion there? Is it just sheer scale, or is there more to it?
Well, scale is definitely part of it, you're right. But it's also dynamism. There's so much activity. Naturally, China and Japan lead the pack. They continue their, massive contributions to the global market.
Right.
China alone is projected to hit over $15 billion by 2033. Japan over $9 billion.
Still huge players.
Undeniably. But the real story, I think, of accelerating demand is coming from places like India.
I was just going to ask about India. It really seems to stand out in the data.
It absolutely does. India is showing incredibly strong momentum. It's projected to more than double its market, from about $2.8 billion in 2021
Okay.
to over $6.4 billion by 2033. That reflects a very robust 7.1% CAGR.
That's significant. What's behind that surge in India?
It points to massive infrastructure development, for one, a booming construction sector, and also a rapidly expanding middle class, demanding more consumer goods, appliances, vehicles.
Things that use stainless steel.
Exactly. And beyond India, you've got South Korea, Australia, the collective Southeast Asia region.
Right. Places like Singapore, Taiwan, too.
Yeah, they're all showing impressive growth as well, each playing a really vital role in the region's overall expansion. It's not just one or two countries.
Okay. Very dynamic picture in Asia Pacific.
Yeah.
Now, let's turn to a region that maybe often flies under the radar a bit. South America. Its trajectory, maybe
Right.
not as explosive as some of those we've discussed, but it tells an important story, right? Consistent industrialization.
Indeed. And consistency matters. South America's market was around $4 billion in 2021. It's projected to reach over $7.2 billion by 2033.
And the growth rate.
It's growing at a steady 4.67% CAGR. Solid, if not spectacular.
And who leads the charge there?
Brazil is the main player. It's expected to almost double its market, hitting nearly $3.2 billion by 2033. But we also see, Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Chile, all showing consistent positive growth.
So what does that reflect overall?
I think it reflects ongoing investment in domestic industries and infrastructure, even if it's maybe at a more measured pace compared to some of the hypergrowth regions we're about to touch on.
Okay, steady progress. That's a good segue, actually, because the Middle East seems anything but measured based on these numbers.
Yeah, things look quite different there.
The market there, currently around $3.8 billion, is projected to nearly double, over $8.2 billion by 2033.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with a significant CAGR, 6.63%. Much higher than South America's.
Yes, noticeably faster growth.
So what's behind this remarkable acceleration in the Middle East?
A lot of it seems driven by, economic diversification efforts, moving away from just oil and gas.
National development plans.
Exactly. Ambitious national visions like Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, things like that. Saudi Arabia and Turkey are major contributors here. Both are projected to more than double their stainless steel markets by 2033.
Wow.
Which indicates, significant construction, major industrial projects underway.
Okay. Any other hot spots there?
Definitely keep an eye on the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. It's showing particularly strong growth, over 7.3% CAGR.
Is stronger still.
And even more strikingly, perhaps, is the rest of Middle East category again, similar to Europe's rest of. This includes various emerging economies in the Gulf. It's booming at over 8.2% CAGR.
That's huge, almost matching Mexico.
It points to really widespread investment, new cities, tourism infrastructure, manufacturing capacity, right across the region.
It really does sound like a region transforming itself.
Okay.
And finally, Africa. This is where the report uses the term most explosive growth.
Yeah, the numbers here are pretty dramatic.
The market is projected to more than triple its value, from about $3.4 billion in 2021 to an astonishing $10.7 billion by 2033.
Tripling. That's incredible.
And it gives Africa the strongest regional CGR globally, nearly 8.8%.
Highest of all regions, yeah.
So this raises an important question, doesn't it? What's driving such dramatic growth in Africa? Is it mainly about, raw materials and basic infrastructure? Or are we seeing more sophisticated manufacturing emerging that needs stainless steel?
That's the key question. And Africa truly is the standout region in terms of percentage growth. It's not just, I think, general development anymore. It seems to be a tale of really ambitious national infrastructure projects.
Right.
Think new ports, modern urban centers being built, industrial parks, alongside, crucially, a rapidly expanding consumer class.
Okay.
The report specifically highlights Nigeria and South Africa as major drivers. Both have key GRs over 9%.
9%.
Yeah. Nigeria at 9.025%, South Africa at 9.147%. Really robust. So while basic infrastructure is definitely a factor, this suggests we are increasingly seeing demand driven by more sophisticated uses.
Such as?
Things like food processing equipment, beverage production lines, maybe even the early stages of advanced manufacturing, things that require high-grade materials like stainless steel.
So not just pipes and basic structures.
Exactly. It feels like a very dynamic and frankly promising picture for industrialization right across the continent. So if we try to, connect all these threads, tie it all together into the bigger picture.
Yeah, what's the overall takeaway?
It's clear, isn't it? The global stainless steel sheet market is on a really strong upward path, a robust trajectory. You've got that steady, significant growth in the developed regions, North America, Europe. They provide the bedrock, the foundation.
Okay.
But crucially, the overall market growth is being powerfully accelerated, pulled upwards, really, by truly rapid growth in emerging markets across Asia, the Middle East, and, well, most notably, Africa.
So it's a two-speed market in a way. Steady foundation, rapid acceleration elsewhere.
That's a good way to think about it. And this isn't just about numbers on a page. It indicates, I think, a profound and accelerating shift in global industrial and economic development. New centers of demand, new centers of production emerging worldwide.
And that really brings us towards the end of this deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, a lot of numbers. So the final thought for you, the listener, what stands out to you from all this? We've seen this global market that's essentially set to double in just over a decade, driven by very different forces across the world, as we've just heard. Think about how these big regional shifts, the nearshoring in Mexico, the diversification in the Middle East, that explosive growth in Africa, how might they reflect deeper changes?
Underlying economic development, maybe huge infrastructure pushes.
Or just totally changing industrial landscapes across the globe. And maybe consider, what opportunities or perhaps challenges might this robust and shifting growth in stainless steel sheets present for all sorts of industries: construction, automotive, consumer goods, even advanced manufacturing? What does this mean for them in the coming decade?
Lots to think about.
Definitely. We hope this has given you that genuine shortcut, a truly well-informed perspective on this absolutely crucial global market.